Hey team, welcome to Upper Body Strength Day. You're gonna have 3 minutes to complete a few exercises. We're gonna do 5 strict press into 5 push press. Okay, take a little bit of a break. We're gonna do 10 bent over rows. We're gonna come down and do anywhere between 5 to 10 push-ups and then finish with 5 snow angels. This isn't HIIT, this is strength, so we're gonna take our time with our exercises. And to finish, we're doing core and a little bit more shoulders. Let's get started. You need a set of 2 dumbbells. We're bringing them up to our shoulders, 5 strict press, and the strict press is 2 seconds down. So I'm pushing all the way up, elbows stay in front of my body. Nice and slow and controlled to lower. After you've done 5, you're gonna turn your toes out, sit into your heels, push your knees out and your hips back, and do 5 push press. So I'm using my legs to drive the weight up overhead. And as you guys know, I can't talk and count, so hopefully that was 5. We're gonna take a little bit of a break, give your shoulders a rest. After about 10, 20 seconds, you're gonna pick your dumbbells back up. We're gonna lean over, flat back, squeeze our shoulder blades together so they're not loose, they're tight, and do 10 bent over rows. So I'm thinking about squeezing my shoulder blades, pulling my elbows back to my hips or to my pockets. And then nice and controlled, not too fast. 10 reps. This is a hard position to hold. So again, if you need breaks, take it. Small break, we're gonna drop to the ground. You get to choose how many reps you do, anywhere from 5 to 10 push-ups. So you can either do these on your toes, 2 seconds down, push back up. And for a push-up, we're looking for elbows tracking close to our body, 45 degrees, everything in a straight line. If you're on your knees, it's the same thing. My body's nice and tight. Still that controlled tempo. Once you've done 10, you're gonna lie on the ground, hands above our head. We're gonna finish with 5 snow angels. So we squeeze our back, lift our thumbs to the ceiling, rotate, thumbs to our hips. And I'm trying to keep my arms the same distance off the ground. So the nice thing about dumbbells is I have to go over them, so it keeps my arms level. Once you've done 5, then you rest. Really nice team. I have 30 seconds, but I was explaining as I go. 30 seconds is fine, but we're looking for closer to a minute of rest. So if you need to adjust the numbers, pull them down a little bit. We have 3 more sets to go. And again, depending on if you have light or heavier weight, you can adjust the numbers accordingly, or just move slower on the way down for all these movements. Set 2, coming up, get ready. Back to our strict press. And again, if I face the front of the camera, my elbows stay in front of my shoulders. We don't want to flare them out. 8, so I'm pressing up, slow on the way down. After 5, I get ready and I get to push with my legs. My arm angle, elbow angle stays the same. Once you've done, bent over rows. Again, setting your shoulder blades together. That's the most important part. And then I'm pulling my elbows back towards my hip. Excellent. And again, take your time, you have lots of time. We're gonna move into push-ups. Again, from your toes or your knees, doesn't matter, but try 2 seconds down. And the same as a bent over row, I'm squeezing my back as I go down. Think about pushing your fingers into the floor, kind of turning them out without moving them. We're gonna try for 10. I got to 8, losing form. I'm gonna drop to my knees, finish off the 10. Drop sets, always a good idea. Lastly, hands up. Okay, I hover my forehead off the ground for these prone snow angels, just because I don't want to touch the floor with my forehead. But if you're comfortable, forehead can stay on the floor. All we're looking for is arms up. Thumbs touch your hips, and then rotate thumbs to the ceiling at the top. And you're thinking about squeezing your shoulder blades on the way down. And then once you're done 5, you get to rest. Okay, that was closer to 45 seconds of rest. 2 more sets. See if we can get to a minute of rest here. About 45, 30 seconds is okay too. The snow angels are a little bit of a break as well. And rest, I know rest is hard for some people to take, but it's really important, especially when you're doing strength. Just give your muscles a little bit of a break so that when you go into the next set, you can have a little bit more quality, okay? They're rested enough to move the same weight. Rest is very, very important for strength. Okay, back to strict press. Into our push press. Both these movements, keeping my core nice and tight. If you need a little bit of a longer break in between your exercises, totally fine. If you're gonna adjust any number, I would adjust the push-ups. Try and keep your row the same at 10, or at least 8, 9. Rows are very important. Short rest. We're going back to push-ups. And hands pushing away, down through the floor, and then as I lower, elbows in 45 degrees, squeezing my shoulder blades together on the way down. And this time we're gonna break up the set. So at 5, I'm gonna take a short rest. You can break it up. Again, we're looking for quality of movement. And then I'm gonna go back and do 5 more. Tempo push-ups, a little bit harder. Man, team, the harder push-ups get, the more I have to keep my core and squeeze my butt nice and tight. Snow angels always feel good after doing a ton of pushing. Shake it out. You have 1 more set to go. Team, and if you add up all these numbers, it is a lot of volume, which is why we're taking the rest in between. Don't be afraid to relax a little bit. If I went right to strict press after my prone snow angels, that would be so much harder. Even the half a minute, 45-second rest is enough to let me just recover a little bit more. And this is our last set coming up. And a trick with strict press, if you find that you're leaning back to push, okay, at least squeeze your butt as tight as you can. Just protect your spine. Even on push press, squeezing my butt at the top. reset into our rows. And now we've been doing this for a couple sets. You should know what you're doing, but think about what muscles should be working. Trying to squeeze my shoulder blades together in the middle of my back, not let them go. Pull my elbows back into my pockets. And because this is our last set, we can take a little bit more time to run up right to the 4-minute mark. So don't rush it. I'm gonna take a little bit longer break before I go into my push-ups, just because those guys were getting pretty hard on the last set. So plank, pushing my shoulders away from me to start, nice and tight with my glutes and my core, and then 2 seconds down, squeezing my shoulder blades together. And I'm gonna do 6 here. Even on the way up, I'm fighting to keep my body in a tight plank without arching my back and worming my way up. The tighter you can get your push-up, the easier it's gonna be for a lot of other movements as well. Tight push-ups, very important. I can feel myself starting to worm, and worm would be this, okay, where you let go of your core. I'm gonna fight hard for these last couple reps, whew, to stay tight. Okay, let's finish. We have 30 seconds. Crohn's, no angels. You might be ahead of me, that's fine. Keep moving at your own pace. Oh. Team, and done. Part 1, that was 4 sets. Excellent work. We're gonna move on to our core next. For our core work, it's gonna be 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're gonna go through basically 3 different exercises, but 2 of those we're gonna do each side. So it ends up being 5 exercises that we're gonna run through 3 times. I'm gonna jump right in. You're gonna jump in with me. Let's go. First up, we're gonna do plank arm reaches. So in plank, you can make it easier, widen your feet. Harder would be pulling your feet together, but for this, you do need a little bit of a base. Okay, and then from your forearms, you're gonna touch in front of you without letting your hips move or pop up. So I'm getting tight, and then I'm just reaching my arm out in front. And rest. We get a 15-second break. Basically to transition, this next one, you're gonna hold a side plank. Okay, and we're gonna add a little bit of a flare to it here. So up in side plank, and then I'm gonna take my elbow and crunch it to my knee. And I'm pulling my leg right up in front of me. Sometimes if you pull it too much out to the side, you end up opening up your hip, and I want my hips to stay up. So I'm gonna leave my knee pulling in front and kind of just use my oblique to crunch. 15-second break. We are gonna switch over to the other side. The exact same movement. We're doing our side plank. We'll call it crunch, oblique crunch. And side plank, you're either crunching or just holding, but either way, you're squeezing your bottom leg nice and tight. So I'm squeezing my butt and I'm contracting my core. So think about expanding out into your ribs and then holding that position. Whew. Next one, you will need a dumbbell. We're hitting our obliques quite a bit today. You're gonna hold the dumbbell to the side. Good. Okay, we're gonna lean forward and then crunch with this opposite side of our torso. Okay, if I'm holding the dumbbell on my left side, I'm working the right side of my core. I'm thinking about flexing my obliques to pull the weight up without using my arms. So my arms just relaxed. Squeezing my back to keep everything tight, crunching to the side. Small break. Enough to put it down, pick it back up again. Oblique crunch, other side. And depending how strong your core is or what weight you use for the strict press, if you want to go a little heavier with this, you can. Remember, you're just trying to feel it in your obliques. Shouldn't be so heavy that it's turning into like a trap, like a shrug movement to get the weight up. Okay? All I'm focusing on is my core. Awesome job, everyone. One round done. We're gonna head into round two. We're going back to our plank. Let's do it, tight core. And if the arm reaches are a little too hard, where you end up here, reaching and you don't feel it in your abs, just tuck your tailbone under you and hold a plank. Okay, we're only adding the arm reach if our position doesn't change. Teeny bit of hip rock is okay, but not too much. Ten seconds, get ready to go back to our side plank crunches. Okay, team hips up, nice tight line. And then, only then, do we add the crunch. Remember, really squeeze your bottom leg glutes. My obliques are getting tired. This is a lot of oblique work. Other side. 3 seconds, get ready. And again, this is at your own pace. So 30 seconds is a lot for these. Even 30 seconds, just holding a side plank is challenging. Take breaks, drop down if you need to, a couple seconds on the ground, okay, jump right back up, keep going. Need a longer break, pause the video, take a longer break, keep going when you're ready. Okay. Back to our oblique crunch with our weight. And we're killing it. We have one more round to go after this one. We're almost there. I'm sneakily adding a little bit of shoulders in because plank, front plank and side plank here, still a shoulder exercise and a back exercise. This oblique crunch, not so much shoulders. You should still be squeezing your back, keeping everything tight, but this is all core and a little bit of grip. So we have to hang on to our dumbbell for 30 seconds. Okay. Last set. Let's do it. Back to our plank in 5 seconds. I'm gonna try not to stop moving for this last round here. That was hard not to let my hips float up. Okay. Side plank. Keep going, you're almost there. Again, if you need to, just hold that side plank. Fight for it, just hold it. Whew. That got hard. Let's try and do the same thing on our other side for the very last set. Keep moving. Team, we're almost there. You got this. Hold everything tight. If you're getting a little tired, fight to stay tight, squeezing your butt. Nice job. Let's finish with our obliques. With our dumbbell, we just did a lot of obliques on our side plank. This is it. Okay. And again, don't just move for the sake of moving. Think about what muscles you want to be working. So here, I'm really focusing on contracting, okay, the sides of my torso. Okay, think obliques, it's your whole core. Okay, so I'm not just moving over, kind of looks like that, but I'm focusing on like really squeezing the side of my core. This is our last set. Ten seconds left. Really squeeze, contract. And done. Awesome job, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another video. See you at the next one.